But they unveiled their top 100 player list, and they've got Derrick Henry, number 10. I know you love that as a running back.
Love it. Finisher.
Oh, yeah.
He's a finisher, dude.
God, he was so great. In playoffs, he was phenomenal.
Awesome.
Stephon Gilmore, number 9.
Got that. Mm-hmm. Cornerback, one of the most important positions on defense, really on the team, to be honest with you.
That's right. DeAndre Hopkins checks in number 8. Arizona Cardinals now, wide receiver.
Agree with that. We'll see how his production changes
We'll
or improves. Who knows?
You know I love Kyler Murray, so I think he'll be fine. George Kittle, tight end, Sanford. That seems a bit ambitious, but and I love Kittle, but 7? Okay, 7. All right.
He gets that maybe because he's young and they just went to the Super Bowl.
Maybe. And again,
granted, they lost the Super Bowl to another really great tight end, Travis Kelce, but just saying.
Yep. He is, about 5 years younger than Kelce?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
C-Mac is number 6. Can't argue
really?
That. Yeah, you can make a case he might be higher, right?
Yeah.
He should be higher. Yeah, I hear you.
Come on.
I hear you.
He's top 3, dude. Seriously?
Well, we're going to get to the top.
All right, keep going.
Tell me.
Keep going.
And then you got Michael Thomas, number 5, wide receiver, Saints.
I can get with that.
Now we get to the one that everybody circles and says, what? Patrick Mahomes is number 4.
What?
Aaron Donald is 3.
Okay, that's okay.
I don't have an issue with that.
No, I don't.
Russell Wilson is 2. And Lamar Jackson is 1. I mean,
I'm laughing because I kind of agree with that. Now, here's the caveat to this poll. This listing, because it's listings, right? This listing was done by the players, BT. And what do the players respect? Players respect the baller, a guy who shows up every week, and every week you're like, damn, did he just do that? Mm-hmm. Wow. Did you see that spin move? He had no chance of getting out of that. He spun through 3 guys and went for a 50-yard touchdown. That's what Lamar Jackson did every single week, BT, and it's what he's done every week for the last year and a half, or year probably more than a half, because when he took over for Joe Flacco. And so I think he's getting that respect because he does awe-inspiring things when he's on the football field. Does that make him, actually the best player in football? No, but the fact that he won an MVP probably influences everyone, which is the best player in football. So I'm okay with it. For right now, I'm okay with that. Does it inform how he's going to be viewed going forward? No. But if I voted right now and you asked me who the best player in football is, I'd have to say Lamar Jackson.
Stop.
He won the MVP, BT.
Take this guy's NFL credential away.
Nope.
So you're basically telling me that there's not one, but there's 2 quarterbacks that are better than Mahomes. Because Russell Wilson's number 2.
No. I think
there's no quarterback better than Mahomes.
That should be flipped. Honestly, Pat Mahomes should be 2, and Russell Wilson should be 4.
No,
if they're going to keep it there,
Mahomes should be 1, and Lamar should be 2.
Lamar
should be 3.
Lamar just won the MVP, dude.
I understand.
I mean,
well aware of the
Pat
awards.
Mahomes was not in the league last year. He won the Super Bowl.
He was hurt. He missed time. He may have won the. Well, he probably still would have won.
Isn't that part of it? Isn't that part of it? Your best ability is availability.
I know. So none of these guys missed any time. Hold on. So
I don't think Donald did. I don't think Aaron Donald did.
Henry was pretty healthy.
Henry was healthy. C-Mac was healthy. Gilmore was healthy. I mean, yeah, they were.
Wait, didn't Kittle miss a game or 2? I think he got hurt, Kittle.
I can't remember if he did.
Something. I think he missed a little time.
Yeah, he might have.
I think he did.
But he was in the Super Bowl, and so they gave him the token tight end.
Stop.
There's got to be a tight end because the tight end is such an important part of the National Football League. Who is the best tight end in football? George Kittle this year because he was in the Super Bowl, even though he lost to another great tight end.
Yeah, he missed 2 games. I thought he missed 2. Okay.
Christian McCaffrey's a surprising one.
I would agree with that.
I guess you as a player. Most players are still old school in their thinking. Some of them are like, yeah, it's all about offense, but like most of them will say, dude, you got to have a good defense in order to win. That's why Aaron Donald finds his way into the top 3. But I don't know how you keep Christian McCaffrey out of the top 3. Dude who is just and they weren't a good team last year in Carolina. The quarterback situation and obviously Cam being hurt, defense was attritioning out, and then all of a sudden Chris McCaffrey goes for 2,000 all-purpose yards, 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing. How is he not a top 3 player? It's only been done one other time in the history of the sport, and that was obviously. I'm forgetting his name.
We're talking about 1,000 yards receiving and rushing?
Marshall Faulk. Obviously, Marshall Faulk.
Well, no, Roger Craig did it too.
Yes, so 3 times in the NFL. So it's only been done 3 times in history.
Yeah.
So Christian McCaffrey is low on that list, but it's hard for him to jump all the other guys.
I could get behind that. C-Mac got a little disrespect, but correct me if I'm wrong. It does say top 100 NFL players.
Yep.
So when I see that, I just assume they're voting for the best players in the league, not with an immediate time restraint or an immediacy. To me, it's just all encompassing.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football, period.
Yes, but Lamar Jackson just won the MVP. And here's the question. BT. And I'll let you answer it first, and I'm going to answer.
All right.
From a dynamic player / athlete standpoint, who's better, Lamar Jackson or Pat Mahomes?
Okay, now I'm going to answer it. The easy answer and the obvious answer would be Lamar Jackson.
That's right.
However, you're reacting to the video game spins, which of course you have to react.
That's
to.
his game, though.
I
He did it all at Louisville too. It's not like he just happened upon this.
He's a beast, and he deserved the MVP, and he's terrific. But I think you're also discounting the velocity and the tight window throws that Mahomes makes, and elite corners and elite defensive coordinators are sitting there scouring tape saying, how the hell did he fit that ball in there?
Yeah, but
so you're reacting to 2 different types of skill sets. Yeah. And by the way, Mahomes runs the ball a little bit too.
Yeah, he does, but he doesn't ruch for almost 800 yards.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Does.
I know he does. Well, Michael Vick did, but still, you know what I mean?
Josh Allen was close too.
He was.
And so was Kyler Murray.
We always discount. We always forget about Josh Allen.
Well, because he's not a good thrower.
That's right. He has to. It's like by necessity. But honestly, that's kind of Lamar Jackson too. He's still developing into that thrower. I mean, I don't know if he'll. I don't think he'll ever become Pat Mahomes as far as I can put this in this window. I know exactly where it needs to be, 50 yards downfield on a scramble play. This is where it's going to go. I don't know if he's ever going to be that, but he doesn't need to be that because he's so dangerous when he decides to take off.
Yep.
Now, this may change if he ever gets hurt. Like if he has a knee dislocation like Pat Mahomes did, I think Lamar Jackson's not coming back in a week or 2 weeks, however long. Mahomes only out for like 2 weeks, I think.
He missed, I think it was 2 games.
Yep. So
I hear you.
Lamar Jackson is not coming back from that like that. You know what I mean? Because his game is predicated on that athleticism.
This is the quick healer.
That's right. But
he's a baller. He's going to say, Coach, I'm ready.
But to answer my question that I asked you, right now in the National Football League, the most dynamic athletic star is Lamar Jackson.
But is he the best player?
But the players are
framing it differently.
But the player, I'm talking about from a player standpoint. When you ask a player who's the best player in football,
Patrick Mahomes.
They're going to say, "Damn, who's the guy that wowed me? Who wowed me the most?" And Lamar Jackson wowed us last year. Yes, Patty Mahomes was great in his MVP season 2 years ago when he won it. The year they didn't win the Super Bowl. So 2 years ago, he was. I've never seen God do stuff like that before. No look passes and everything else.
Left-handed throws.
Yep. The same thing was said about Lamar Jackson last season. Man,
we saw Michael Vick do that, or at least remnants of that. We saw Vick do that.
Yeah,
not quite like Lamar, but we saw Michael Vick on his best day was
true.
Sick.
But Michael Vick wasn't near the passer that Lamar Jackson was, and the reason is circumstantial, BT.
Okay.
Because in Michael Vick's era, the tight end wasn't the tight end. You know what I mean?
And the rules were different.
The rules were different. You could maul guys. You could crush wide receivers going across the middle. Therefore, you had to have big wide receivers who weren't dynamic, like the little wide receivers like Hollywood Brown that we see now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we had this conversation a couple months ago. Like the NFL has legislated out big wide receivers. You can get these small Tyreek Hills, Hollywood Browns, and be Odell Beckham Jr.'s who are superstars in the NFL because there's no danger of them getting broken across the middle of the field, right? Seriously.
Yeah.
And so Lamar Jackson has the benefit in the passing game of having that mismatch running through the middle of the field against a middle linebacker, which is the tight end. Vic didn't have that.
Okay, this is not to discredit Lamar, but this is just to further illuminate Mahomes. Here's something else that everybody's missing. So if it's a reaction to last season, all right, what you're really saying is it's a reaction to everything that transpired last season, to be fair to everybody, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I knew that it was great. I just wanted to have it in front of me. Here's what he did in the 3 playoff games. Patrick Mahomes, all right? 66% completion percentage the first game against the Texans, 320 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks, 53 rushing yards, 7 attempts.
Yeah.
That's almost 8 a pop.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. All right. Next game, he goes for 3 touchdowns, no picks against Tennessee, and he's at 66% again. He runs for 53 yards again with a touchdown. Okay? And then, of course, for the 49ers game, 2 touchdowns. He had the 2 picks as well, but he ran it 9 times, 30 yards, had the rushing touchdown, as we know, 62% completion percentage. So I understand that, again, the snippets of this incredible, the athletic achievement and the testing of physical limits that Lamar Jackson does every Sunday. Yeah. This is not to marginalize that, but I mean, you're making it seem like Patrick Mahomes is, who's like just Peyton Manning at the end, where he just couldn't move. Mahomes is an athlete.
I'm not saying
with
that.
A far superior arm and a championship.
Yes, but maybe they voted non-playoffs.
What did Lamar? I was going to say, Lamar didn't look that good in the playoffs again.
Well,
2 years in a row.
I mean, he made some bad mistakes in the
2 years in a row.
But he almost came back and won it himself.
Almost.
And granted. And he's been a starter, a full-time starter for a year.
And what about Mahomes? 2 years.
Yeah, yes, I know. And he didn't win a Super Bowl in his second year. You know what I mean?
He almost did.
He got close.
He almost got to the Super. Gronk makes that play to the 4-yard line. He's getting to the Super. They should have won the game. They were superior all game.
Yeah, but they ran up against.
And the Pats cheated.
No, they ran up against a superior quarterback when it mattered, which is Tom Brady at the time. So
that's not Mahomes' fault. That's the defense. Mahomes did his work. He got enough points.
By the way, Pat Mahomes tweeted a little pencil emoji after seeing this, like I'm taking notes.
I got you. So how about this? And I already know the answer. So it's going to largely render what you're telling me meaningless.
Which is?
You're starting a franchise tomorrow. Who are you taking, Mahomes or Lamar Jackson?
Of course I'm taking Pat Mahomes.
Of course you are. And so is everybody else that voted here.
True.
Except maybe some Ravens teammates that voted for Lamar.
But they want to watch Lamar. They'll take Pat Mahomes, but they're turning the TV on every Sunday to watch Lamar.
But let me ask you a question. What about the other years? And I don't have it in front of me, but I'm sure Tom Brady this year was inside the top 20, and he shouldn't be a lot higher.
As far as this ranking here?
Yes, just for this ranking. But I'm sure that there were years where unathletic or relatively non-athletic guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady were either 1, 2, or 3. So their peers weren't voting on them for their athletic prowess and their dynamic nature.
He won the MVP, BT. It's like you can't forget that. And it was almost unanimous. You know what I mean? It wasn't even close. And again, part of that is because Pat Mahomes dislocated his knee and somehow played again in 2 weeks. But still, he missed a couple of weeks of football. So part of that is because Pat Mahomes wasn't healthy the whole time. Lamar Jackson, despite his running acumen and ability to win and make these spectacular plays, he played the whole season. That's part of it. And so, I mean, I get it. I could flip him either way. I still think Aaron Donald should be 3. Russell Wilson should be 4. Pat Mahomes, in this case, is...
Well, you said C-Mac, too.
C-Mac should be in there, but I also said I don't know how he jumps any of these other guys. You know what I mean? He should be higher, but I don't know how you jump the best defensive tackle in the history of the sport, period.
Who's a wide margin better by... Who's next? Fletcher Cox?
Fletcher Cox is probably next, but, I mean... Aaron Donald's the best D tackle ever.
I don't disagree with that.
Right? So I don't know how Christian McCaffrey, who's great, jumps that guy.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop fresh content.